We had a historic winter with days of what felt like endless amounts of rain and snow. But is California wasting opportunities to save this water? The ABC 10 weather team has been looking into the question in their upcoming series, Water Wasted. Here is a preview of their research into the power of water in our state.
If it's not working, show me the proof. I often, when people go, they're tearing their hair now, oh, it's terrible, we manage water horribly, and no, we don't.
Now we are in a place where we are just supremely bound to knowing every water drop.
We're often so focused on our engineered infrastructure above the surface that we forget to utilize effectively the natural infrastructure.
What we need to be able to do is capture water when it's available, move it and store it so that we can have water supply throughout. And this year, if we had been able to have the Delta Conveyance Project online in January, we would have captured another 228,000 acre-feet of water, and that's enough to feed about 2.3 million people, or about 800,000 households.
All right, let's bring in meteorologist Rob Carlmark, who has been looking into the Sierra snowpack. I mean, why should people really care about all the snow that's hours away, really?
This is one of the fundamental questions. What does this have to do with me? And, Alex, snowpack is California's ace up our sleeve. To stress its importance, Alex, our snowpack supplies about 1/3 of the water in the state. And most importantly, it comes online slowly over time to keep agriculture and the environment flowing until the next rainy season. But as we've learned recently, it's not a given. And if the storms don't come or it's too warm, we miss out on precious water drop by drop.
As time has gone on from the 1920s, when our population was quite small and the agricultural demands on water were small, and then the environmental demands on water were also small, right? All of that, we've gone from that all the way to this time where our population is enormous, and we have all of these demands to where we're down really to each water drop.
Now, the Department of Water Resources still does manual pole surveys, as you see here, to determine water content in the snow. But new airborne surveys can now scan entire watersheds from 23,000 feet and accurately determine snow depth to about 2.5 inches. And this time, they could be about 98% accurate in helping water managers know exactly how much snowpack and how much water is coming into their system. The program is so successful, Alex, that many other Western states are using the same process and technology to help them determine snowpack as well.
And Rob, you mentioned that our snowpack is just 1/3 of our water supply. So where does the rest of it come from?
Really, it comes from everywhere. It's so valuable, so useful, and so scarce in some years. You really have to utilize every source that you have. So, of course, the easiest one to know is because we can see it, would be reservoirs. We also have groundwater, which is useful everywhere. We do have desalination. A lot of people think that we don't have it or it's not to scale. We definitely have it, and there's more on the way. And we also have urban wastewater treatment. So what used to be treated as sewage to a safe level and then pushed out to the ocean, they could treat it to such a high degree that you can use it again in your homes.
And before we go, I do want to mention this story is part of our weather team's upcoming series, Water Wasted. So tomorrow we'll be hearing from Chief Meteorologist Monica Woods. And Rob, can you talk a little bit about what she's going to focus on?
She's really going to focus in on reservoirs. When we think about water supply in California, the easiest one to understand is a big giant lake, because that's the water you can see. You can see it come up and you can see it come down. So she has more on the state of the reservoirs, what they're really used for, and also what the future of that big water supply is in the state.
Perfect. Thank you, Rob. We appreciate it. All ABC News programs and platforms will be featuring content about the issues surrounding water. You can catch the power of water on all ABC News platforms this Thursday.